Needed discussion regarding history and victory. May 20, 2020 by Anna von Reitz. First, regarding those pictures of Jacob Rothschild and Shimon Perez and others with elongated skulls that are being circulated on the internet, what you are seeing is the difference between Homo sapiens and Homo sapiens sapiens. This is a difference between the first sons of Adam and the second sons of Adam. Remember the point in the Bible where our lifetimes were shortened? The much longer-lived first sons of Adam were phased out and the shorter-lived second sons phased in. But the first sons were not killed and continued to exist long, long after the second sons became more numerous and prevalent. This resulted in the equivalent of a family feud quite apart from the contest between the children of Eve and the children of Satan. The first son v. second son battle is in physical, material terms, like a squabble between brothers. The fight between Eve's children and Satan's children takes place on a spiritual and mental epigenetic basis. So we've had to deal with a family feud as well as a spiritual war. The first sons of Adam have a problem when making their claims to own the earth and all upon it, because their claim actually arises through Eve and was established through a matriarchal culture, so they try to claim ownership of the earth based on patriarchal claims as the first sons of Adam. Think about it. In the singular instance of Eve, the husband and wife and their DNA is exactly the same, except for the extra portion of X chromosome added to Eve. Adam is entirely expressed within Eve, but Eve is not entirely expressed within Adam. Add to that nobody comes into this world in an incarnate form, except through Eve, and you have a very compelling case to say that all claims of everyone to inherit anything on this earth are included within and come through Eve. Not Adam. This shoots the claims of the first sons as firstborn sons of Adam in the foot, and in order to make their claims on the material earth stick, they must resort to a patriarchal system of law governing rights of physical inheritance, which is nowhere to be found in Hebraic tradition. They have to make their claim through a foreign patriarchy, so the first sons allied themselves with the sons of Satan through Cain, who had likewise adopted the patriarchal Roman law, both hoping to assert supremacy over the claims of Eve's children. They are two distinct and different groups, but over the centuries of their alliance, they intermarried and became more integrated and like each other. And both have fought with similar weapons of deceit and adultery and violence against us to no avail. They never understood the fundamental reason that Adam was disqualified and why he lost both immortality and the right to inherit the earth, his failure to accept responsibility for his own actions. You cannot exercise dominion and take ownership without accepting liability, that is, responsibility for your own actions. Time has gone on, and the first sons, bent on their claims, and the Canaanites fostered by Satan, forgot this most basic of all requirements, the same requirement that Adam failed. In their cleverness, they got bound up in schemes and rationales and forgot why Adam was disqualified from inheriting the earth. By the grace of the living God, Eve's children followed after their mother, picked up their crosses, and accepted responsibility, even responsibility for actions that were not theirs. Please notice that Joshua, the man you call Jesus, accepted the punishment due the Roman governor, the members of the Sanhedrin, and even Judas Iscariot, even the punishments due to me and you, all this he accepted responsibility for, as if the errors and wrongdoings and evil motivations and evil results were his own. This is how he is owed eternal praise and how he overcame the failures of Adam, by accepting responsibility, not only for himself and any mistakes he made, but for all of us as well. So now it becomes clear why we also overcome when we accept our responsibility for our own actions, for our families, and for our world. It also becomes clear how the first sons and the Canaanite sons of Satan have failed, by thoughtlessly creating babies and abusing them and shoving them off on the public dole, by using and abusing their wives, by using and abusing the earth, and then standing there with their filthy idols in hand, claiming that they are owed anything but condemnation in return. They have also created all these corporations and then left them to run amok in mindless pursuit of profit, and have allowed these things they created to cause damage to innocent people without any reasonable acceptance of liability for any of it. Note the example I gave you yesterday. First, they offloaded the responsibility of the vaccine manufacturers for the damage their products cause to the government corporation that they claim is representing us, without our consent or a contract to do so, and second, when the Governmental Services Corporation goes bankrupt, they propose to continue their operations with no liability at all. But the right to conduct business in commerce depends upon acceptance of the liability of doing so. They are now out of business by definition, and all across the board their corporations have no ability to continue to participate in interstate commerce of any kind. They have also published remedies like H.J.R. 192 to cover their butts for stealing gold belonging to others, and then purposefully obstructed access to the remedy, and many other examples of bad faith, shirking responsibility, extorting others to pay their bills, and similar activities. The first sons and the sons of Satan have struck out both in their private lives and in their public lives, too. We have lived to see the days in which the results of the contest between Eve's children and Satan's children are decided, and indeed, you have all now heard the results. Both the earth and the world belong to those who take responsibility for their actions. And Eve's children are the only ones who have